And so, as I said a few videos ago, I did go back to school, and I want to kind of talk about it here for a second. So, because a lot of people were interested, and a lot of people were very surprised when I said that I went back. So I will explain. It'll probably take me a few minutes to explain everything, because there's a lot to explain here, and I'm going to go into a bit of detail about things. So first of all, I went back, about 4.5 weeks ago. Um, Obviously, I'd say it straight. Obviously, I was backed into a corner where you had no other choice in the matter. Obviously, it was off for 3 months, and that was generally just worried and annoyed and very worried about it because everybody will remember I was very worried about going back to school, and I did say it very often. I said it very often about going back. It's very nervous. I have to say it straight. I say it straight to people. I'm not going to hide it. I wasn't. Might as well say it straight. I'm not going to lie to people and say I was 100%. I was over the moon. I was very nervous. I might as well say straight. And I'm sure people could see watching the videos back. And I was very concerned and very nervous about. But I have to say, it is different. It is very, very different. Everything in school is very, very different. Things have changed. Obviously, with COVID, one-way systems, face masks, social distance, everything like this. It's very. I have to say, it's very weird. It's very unusual. It's something that I never experienced before, and I'm sure many people haven't. Um, but yeah, that's something. But I was really backed into a corner. I might as well say straight for a long, long time. I was fighting with the Department of Education, and obviously with the relevant authorities, about it. Um, and obviously, I was basically pushed into a corner. Because if I didn't go back, I wouldn't be able to do a leaving cert, and I might as well say straight, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Even though I'd done a good bit of home, I'd done a good lot of work at home. I wouldn't have enough points because again, what I do is a point based thing. You get points for going, you get points for doing assignments, things like that. It's a lot easier. It's a lot simpler way of doing a leaving cert, which is obviously very welcome. But you need to be in school, like for medical and what you need to be in school. So obviously, I would have lost a lot of points. So really, at the end of the day, I had no really other choice in the matter. And obviously, I went back and it wasn't. I have to say, it wasn't that bad. The first few weeks, you couldn't nervous because again, you had to adapt. It was very hard to adapt. I have to say, it was very hard. And one thing I say before I say any more, it was very difficult because then the good other teachers I knew were gone, and obviously there's new teachers and things like that. Teachers been moved around. It's upsetting, and because I got along well with one or two teachers. One teacher was very good, and unfortunately she's left to go to another school. I was very good friends with this teacher. We talked a lot of politics and things like that, so obviously it was very good, and she helped me a lot with pronouncing political, different things, helping me speak, speak better speaking in public and things like that. She helped me out with them stuff, so I really will take her. And I'm sure if she's watching this video, because she has watched some of my videos in the past, if she is, I hope she's keeping well. I'm sure she knows who I'm talking about. I hope she's well, and I hope she's liking her new school. And obviously, I hope to see her sometime in the future. I hope to see her and take her because again, I didn't know when the whole lockdown came that she would be moved off to another school. But hopefully, we meet sometime again. Um, so just what to say to my friends and to my first of all, I have to say it. To my friends and to my classmates in my class. A lot were very concerned where I was because obviously it was I don't get in cut I don't not much contact with them. I have to say straight. Um, but yeah, I just want to because again there was a good few and I could name names. I wish I could name a few names just to say how thankful I am for people being concerned, generally concerned, just making just worried and so grateful to see me back. And there's a lot. I could name 3 or 4 names, but I don't want to embarrass them or upset them by mentioning them. But I'm sure they know who they are, and everybody's delighted to see me back. All my friends are delighted, obviously, to see the chief, as they say. The chief is back. And by God, the chief came back in style. Because I just straight away, there was no litter around the country at all. Straight away I was back, and straight away, great schools, let's start this up again, let's get it moving. So barely 10 seconds in, and it was at that crack. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing to keep yourself active because again, if I sat there on a chair, it was just depressed and upset. That wouldn't do any good. At least keeping yourself active, so you're keeping your mind busy, and keep your mind working. But yeah, just what to say, to my friends and to my fellow classmates, thank you. Now, there's been one or two in the class, for example, were very concerned, very worried, and were asking my friends. They did ask my friends, how I was doing, and you asked regularly on how I was doing and kept up to date on how I was doing, and even watched some of my videos just to see how I was doing, how do I feel. etc., etc. Which obviously is very thankful, and obviously they didn't want to annoy me or upset me. But again, I say to anybody, if you ever meet to get in contact with me, don't be afraid. 100% get in contact with me. It's no bother. Don't be afraid, because again, if I always try and get the time to reply back. If you message me on Facebook, or my Facebook page or my Twitter page, I always try and I try and find a way, try and find the time to get speaking to you again. So I just want to say too, obviously I get on well with a good few teachers too in the school. Obviously, as I said, one teacher unfortunately left that we've gone on very well with. I obviously go on well with a good majority of teachers. A good lot of teachers very happy to see me back, because obviously some of the teachers I still had from first year. And obviously I know them a lot better, and I know them, and we have a bit of fun, we have a bit of crack together as well, a bit of a laugh. Because again, that's what life's all about, having a bit of fun, having a laugh. Like there's one or two teachers I could say, but I don't want to say people's names. Again, I would love to say their names just to recognise the work they do and everything, because again, we have a good lot of amazing teachers in our school. There's one or two that I wouldn't want to come across again. There's one teacher that I spoke about before, that I'm not particularly fond of, I might as well say straight. And I had her for a long, long time, and honest to God, I'm thankful I don't have her this year. But anyway, what can you do? But yeah, there's three or four teachers I still have at the moment that are amazing teachers, help me out a lot, do a lot for me, help me a lot. Obviously I do a subject, I just say the subject's name. There's a subject called social ed, just for example. It's social ed is basically society, and basically it's basically a mix of history and geography, and a bit of CSPE, which is obviously political social interaction. So it's a mix, so it's right up my street. And obviously I done extremely well in my CSP exams and everything. I won the show. I might as well say straight. In every exam I won that show. Because I did achieve a lot in them papers. But yeah, it's good to see them. Again, I have a great social ed teacher. Amazing person. Obviously, it does the Queen Schools too. Used to be head of the Queen Schools too. So amazing person there. And obviously there's other teachers. I could sit here for an hour and talk about it. There's a good lot of amazing teachers, really inspiring teachers. There's a good lot of inspiring teachers that are just really genuine, care about students, and go out of their way to help them with projects. And I have gone out, and again, as I said about that social ed teacher, she goes out of her way. She has helped me a huge amount in first year. Actually, I just say this story too. When I was in the hospital, when I was waiting to be moved to a mental hospital up in Dublin, in first year, when I had my mental breakdown, attempted suicide. That teacher I've been talking about came in, and she didn't have to. Again, this is the point I'm making. She didn't have to come in to the hospital and say, come in to see how it was. But she did. And I always remember that. And I still remember that to this day. That, she came out, she took her own time off, her own time, and came and see how it was, just to say hello, and brought puzzles and crossword for me. Again, it's the thought. It's the thought and the matter that she came in her own time to see how I was doing. It was really, really nice. I'm sure everybody agree it was very, very nice of her. And obviously 3 or 4 other teachers did come in too, so I just want to take my hat off to them. I don't think I forget that, and just say that, because I always remember that they were there and they came, and they checked on me, and that's very nice of them, and I have to say it's very nice of them. So yeah, as I was saying with Queen's Schools too, straight away, straight away on dot, straight away back at it. There's not really much else I could say there. But yeah, as I said before about the school transport, now it's a bit of a now that's a bit of a tough one. I don't know. I'm still debating. I might just say I might contact them and Ryan over it. How did that end to be sorted over it? But I have contacted a few county councillors. I've been talking to them. I done myself. I already contacted Bus Éireann. But sure, look, it's like talking to the wall. Because again, buses are on 50% capacity. And obviously school buses, I think are still on 50%. But again, it's the thing, and again, it's not that I didn't apply in time. I applied in plenty of time. Every year I got a ticket beforehand. So why not now, I suppose? Because again, the first day it went live to apply for a ticket, I was on it in hours, and I applied for it the same day as it went live. So it shouldn't have been a problem. So I don't know, but again, it's unfortunate that I have to get a taxi. It's not that I couldn't care less about the money. I might as well say straight. It's just the principle, and it would be a lot easier than having to run around, sorting out taxis for each day going to school. Then you're getting on a bus, for example, and going home, I suppose, and you're talking with your friends, because again, I miss now talking with my friends at home time, I often stay a few minutes. Last year I would have stayed a few minutes. You waiting for my bus, I would stay a few minutes talking to my friends, and I would have talked to them about things. I would have talked to other people about different things. I would have talked again, and I miss that. I miss that because again the taxi's there straight away, but I still miss it. Talking to people because again you go into the taxi. I miss going on the bus. I might just say I miss because again there was some great people on the bus. Again I love to name a few names. Because there's some great people. There's a great crowd. There's some great people on it. Again, they say the same at school and everything. There's some amazing people. Like, honest to God, if I could name names, because there's a good lot of stories I could tell how goodness some people were to me, and how nice some people were to me. And hopefully sometime I might get asked them for permission maybe at the end of the year. Can I mention some of them? Because again, some of them do need to be mentioned for their kindness and for the generosity towards me. And I do take it warrants a recognition from me to people, for what they done to me and for what again, as I said, them people, in particular that went and asked my friends every week when I wasn't there how I was doing and checked up on my fitness to see how I was keeping, did I look well, or my feeling well and everything. Again, you might not take it, but I take the well of that because people went out of the way to check and see was alright and were thinking about me. And again, it's a nice thing to have, and it's a nice thing to know that somebody's looking out for you. Because it's always good to know that somebody's looking out to see where you are and to see are you okay. So I take literally I take my hat off to them and to the teachers I mentioned there, and to my friends and my family, too, and obviously to the West of the Green Schools Committee and everything. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't think I have any less to forget anything, but it is, I have to say, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I might just say straight. Although it's still a bit concerning. With everything and everything, it's obviously nervous because obviously I'm genuinely would be classified as probably a nervous person. But I have done again I've achieved a lot in a few years. And obviously I'm not that nervous. Like I'm sitting here and talking about things. So it's always good to talk, as they always say. It's good to talk. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and please take care, and bye.